Welcome to another edition of Climax-Scotts Football TV. This week, a perfect regular season segment, baby! The Climax-Scotts football team enjoyed a rare and special achievement Friday night by completing the regular season undefeated with a 42-19 win over Colon on the road. With a perfect regular season and winning the SCAA title all to themselves on the line, the Panthers displayed quite convincingly they wanted both. An inspired Colon team fighting to get into the playoffs came out fired up, holding the potent CS offense without a point in the first quarter, which ended in a scoreless deadlock. The Magi got on the scoreboard first on a 2-yard touchdown run up the middle by Ryan Balze with 8:36 left in the first half. Billy Vaughn kicked the extra point, giving the home team a 7-0 lead. CS came right back when Kirk Gibson scored on a 1-yard burst up the middle with 6:10 left in the second quarter, 3 plays after Aaron Cook hauled in a nice pass from Zach Nabosny that covered 22 yards. Josh Fleck kicked the extra point to knot the score at 7-7. Gibson then scored on an impressive 40-yard touchdown run on a 4th-and-1 play, giving CS the lead for good with 2:37 left in the second quarter. Fleck kicked the extra point for a 14-7 Panther lead at halftime. CS asserted itself on both sides of the football in the second half, starting out with the offensive side when Gibson scored a touchdown from 3 yards out on a run up the middle with 6:30 left in the third quarter for a 20-7 Panther lead. Zach Nabosny ran in the 2-point conversion, making the score 22-7. The defense had a hand in the Panthers' next score as the team forced a fumble that CS recovered on the Magi 8-yard line with 6:17 left in the third quarter. Nabosny scored on the first play from scrimmage from 8 yards out at the 6:08 mark, and Fleck kicked the extra point for a 29-7 Panther lead the team would take into the final quarter. Another Colon fumble the Panthers recovered on the Magi 30-yard line with 1:17 left in the third quarter set up a CS touchdown early in the fourth quarter. Alex Lotus got the call, hit the line hard, and ran hard towards the goal line before getting stopped at the 1-yard line. The CS senior finished the drive with a 1-yard plunge 6 seconds into the final frame, giving the Panthers a 35-7 advantage. Fleck toed the extra point, bumping the lead to 36-7. Ronnie Moyer scored on a 2-yard touchdown run with 7:02 left in the game, pulling the Magi within 36-13. The 2-point conversion attempt failed. Lotus capped CS' scoring when he broke loose for a 48-yard scamper with 6:15 left in the game. The extra point kick missed the mark, but the score was 42-13. The Magi enjoyed one more score when Moyer scored on a 1-yard run with 1:04 left in the game for the final score after the 2-point conversion failed. Alex Lotus finished with 123 yards on 16 carries. Kirk Gibson rushed for 60 yards on 9 carries to go along with his 3 touchdowns, and Nabosny finished with 55 yards on 8 carries. While Coach Langs didn't receive the traditional water-over-the-head treatment his players have given them in the past in the final regular season game after a win, sideline assistant Eddie Sturm gave assistant coach Tyler Langs a smaller version of the water treatment. Zach Nabosny, Sam Eschheis, and Coach Langs talked about going undefeated in the regular season, winning the SCAA title all to themselves in the upcoming playoffs. Undefeated record.
It's a big thing. Tradition is what it feels like because growing up I was always watching the older boys, and I remember the 04 season going all the way to the Silverdome, watching every playoff game. So it was something that in my little eyes that I just wanted to go do. It was amazing. So 9-0 start, it's a good start. Now when we get to playoffs, it's do or die. So you got to go into practice, not letting a rep go by. So it's going to be tough, but we got it.
You talked about having a good run there in the regular season. You do have to take a few moments to appreciate what you did, though, don't you think, before the playoffs?
Yes, we do, because putting all that hard work in the off season all the way from April on, starting off with 3 guys, and then we started getting the football team more involved throughout the summer. And I really think that's what did it, and we can thank Coach T. Langs for that, because he was the one who organized it and did it. But the biggest thing is our underclassmen. Without our underclassmen, we couldn't do it. What you don't see is they're in practice getting their butts beat every single rep, but they don't get out here and get any playing time. So I try telling them every time, great job. You're doing us a huge favor. So we gotta let them know that. And even the JV coming up into playoffs. So yeah, it's really. I really enjoy them being up. It's really nice.
That's great to acknowledge them, Zach. Now the SCAA title all to yourself, so that means a lot too, doesn't it, Zach?
Yes, it does, because I remember one year Pittsburgh came down to our place and beat us on a last-second field goal, and it just wasn't the same atmosphere. It just wasn't. It was something that I wanted to see us achieve, was to get the SCAA title, and we did as a team. It wasn't just a couple of guys who did it. It was our defense, our offense, and our special teams. So it was a team effort, coaches all the way down. So.
And then finally, you get your draw on Sunday. Obviously, what's this team have to do, Zach, to get to that next round?
What we got to do is we're gonna be watching a lot of films, and we got to put even more time into practices. It's going to be longer practices, more practices over time on weekends, and it's got to be a commitment. It really does. It's just like a job. You got to go in there and pound every hour out. So that's what we got to do. We got to go in there knowing that it's not going to be easy, because these are the best of the best. There's 32 teams, and we're one of them. So.
Well, congratulations on the SCAA title and undefeated regular season.
Thank you.
It's nice here. Sam, you come up and had a big game tonight. Just talk about that regular season undefeated record.
Oh, it means a lot. Our JV season a couple years ago, we did the same thing, just all wins, and it feels good just to accomplish that.
The guys really wanted that undefeated.
Oh, yeah.
You won the SCAA title yourself too.
Yep.
What's that mean to win that now all by yourself?
I mean, no one likes to share. We don't want to share that with Pittsburgh, so we wanted that all to ourselves, and now we have it, and it feels good.
You seem to be inspired tonight. Were you playing extra inspired tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote my grandparents' names on my wrist. They couldn't make it tonight, and I'm always playing for God. That means a lot. My family and friends and teammates.
That's great. You really were playing good then.
Thank you.
You got to really step up the mental and the preparation for the playoffs. What do you have to do to get by this first round?
We just gotta listen to the coaches and do our thing, and pay attention to practice. Don't goof around.
And then if the draw works out, Sam, you might be playing right back at Big Blue Stadium. What would that mean?
That'd be awesome. I mean, home games are sweet, and playoff home game would be even. That'd be awesome.
Well, congratulations on the undefeated record and SCAA title.
Thank you.
First of all, congratulations on that SCAA title, undefeated regular season record.
Thanks, Scoop.
We go back to August. It's hot. It's a lot of hard work. You go through a regular season. What's that mean to get the regular season undefeated record?
Perseverance, especially this year. To me, perseverance is the word. We went through a lot of adversity, a lot of struggles in that area. Trying to keep, kids having to, next kid in, next person in to play that position. And so I think that's been the biggest thing, is to see what's the growth, especially the last 4 weeks, when we had to switch some personnel and some defensive schemes to get where we're at.
Colin came in here inspired that first quarter. They gave you a real good battle. Did something just seem to click in that second quarter, or just...
I think Zach Bosnia was kind of the nucleus to that whole thing. He made a couple of key plays, and that kind of sparked us, and so I think that was cool. And Kirk Gibson's, his 4th and 1 run, busted for a touchdown. So I thought those were all good. And then the second half, I thought Alex Lotus kind of took over. The offensive line blocked well on the inside play and did a nice job.
And we talk about getting that SCAA title out of yourself. That's special too, isn't it, Coach?
It is. It really is, because we have a lot of respect for the SCA. We love our little league, and so that's our first goal. That means a lot to us, to represent Pittsburgh, Colon, and then Bellevue and the rest most of the teams do.
Now, Coach Lang's the players, the seniors, they went soft on you tonight. They didn't spill water
That
on
was
you.
nice of them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was also cold, rainy, wet.
And you know what? To their credit, they said it's cold. We're on the road. We got to have a bus trip home. So,
Yeah.
but you appreciate that, I'm sure.
I do. It's very nice of them thinking of me.
Yeah.
Thinking of others is always a key thing.
Yeah. And finally, it'll get serious here in a few days. You got to enjoy this. But what do we got to do to get by that first round, Kevin?
Well, you gotta. Sometimes it depends. In the past, we've kind of played a team for the second time. That's happened with you. So we'd have to be ready. That's two things. You either be ready for somebody you got to play the second or third time, if it's Colin, or somebody you've never played. So those two scenarios are really tough scenarios. A team you've never played or one you have to play multiple times.
Well, that's great. Well, congratulations on that 9-0 regular season SCAA title.
Thanks, Scoop. And I'm looking forward to the dedication Sunday, October 21st at 2 o'clock.
We look forward to that too. Thanks.
He bowled for 122.
Reporting live from Colon for www.theclimaxcrescent.com. This is Scoop reporting.